All right, the front door. I tried and I tried and I tried to find an Anderson door that I could modify and make work, and it just there wasn't one. Never could make it happen. So this one, I'll include it with the packet that I'm giving you, but it's from an old version of Revit. It's not a four-panel door like what is shown on the elevation plans, and without totally editing the the door family, I can't make it a four-panel door. Um, we'll we'll press along with it anyway. Um, so you want to put it in, raise it by 3/4 of an inch, center it up in the opening there. The arch here, you say I named it entry door transom. It's basically the same one that I've used here for these arch top windows. I just edited the sizes of it and changed the colors so that they're kind of the same. Okay. Um, Now I've been working on stairs, and in the drawings there, um, it shows two landings. We need some walls in the basement, um, and I have worked it both ways and found it better to actually build the landings as floors and then build the stairs to the landings. Okay, so here I'm on my top of footing level, and let me color it to make it a little easier to see. And I've got the first floor underlay turned on. Okay, so you're going to want to draw these three walls here, and they're just 3.5 inch studs with drywall on both sides, but they line up with the walls directly above. Okay, um, so I drew them in, anchored them against the concrete here, aligned them with the walls above, and locked those alignments. Okay. Now the dimensions here, you can see this one dimension is to the face of that wall. The plans show a 3'2" dimension. I mean, and if uh, I had dimensioned it to the face of the wall so I could see what size the stair was, but they're 3'2" stud to stud. Okay. The lengths, I took these lengths off of the plans, and this 4'6.5", that is from the face of the wall on the first floor. Okay, so you want to get those in and get your lengths out. Now we're still going to have to edit these walls as we go later. All right, now I created a new wall type right here, and I called it a 2.5-inch gyp one side, but I've got 1/2 inch gypsum on one side and 1 inch stud layer. The drawings show a 2-inch furring, but I'm applying it right to the face of the 1-inch insulation, because if I kind of ran into this, I tried it, and if I just use an 8-inch concrete wall with no insulation, it changes my footings because the footings are based on center of the wall that they're the footing of. So I just made that a 1-inch stud layer, applied it to the face of the insulation. Okay, so you want to put this one in, and there's one across this wall also, but I didn't put them in until after I had built my floor system, because this one actually sits on top of the floor, the landing. Okay, so that's the oh, and you got to remember when you do these, they're 4 inches above top of footing, so they sit on the slab, and I took them up to top of sill plate. Okay, so let's look at first floor. Okay, and so here's the landing. And I just used, I think this one just comes standard in your Revit packet. If not, you're going to want to make one. And it's wood joist, 10-inch joist, okay, with wood finish. It's got 3/4 inch thick oak flooring, 3/4 plywood, 9 1/4 inch stud. Okay. All right, and so I put I put that in and cut it into, um, when I did the sketch, it extends into the core boundary. So it goes to the studs and to the concrete on either end. You just got to look at your plans to see the height of those. On sheet number 3, first floor plan, it gives you the height of those, but those dimensions are to the um, the plywood subfloor. But we're going ahead and create, I figured it'd just be easy enough just to go ahead and create these with the wood finish because we're going to run our stairs to them. So you'll have to add 3/4 of an inch to those elevations that are shown on the plans. And so I got one on the first floor, I got one on my second floor plan also. Uh, So there's one. Oh, sorry. Here's one here. Here's my first floor, and there's the landing going to the second floor. Okay, so you want to get those in, and then we'll start building building the stairs. We're going to have to play with the walls here because this wall, I believe, needs to come back, and then this wall needs to come up. So once I play with that, I'll start the video over again. All right, yeah. This wall on the first floor level that was kind of sticking out long. When I created it, I just left it long because I didn't know how we were going to deal with that. All right, I just basically drug it back uh, to the edge of my floor opening. Okay, and now we're going to go. And I took my section view that I'm going through right here, and I pulled the depth of it back so all I see is what's in the stair opening. Okay, um, and as best I can tell, excuse me, right now in the stairway, we've got that 12-foot-1 high ceiling where it starts out in the great room foyer area, but back in the hallway, it's got the regular 9-foot ceiling. Okay, so this wall here that's going to be visible in the foyer area, it's kind of confusing. I mean, it's really confusing to me. trying to work this thing through. Um, Let me go back and look at my 3D view. Okay, so out in this area of the foyer here, we've got a 12-foot high ceiling in this room and in this room here. But there's doesn't appear to be a wall right here. I mean, in looking at the drawings, you've got a railing. So we're just going to have to see how that goes because that's going up. Actually, you've got stairs going up, but you've got stairs going down also, so you can see down into that area. But here you've got a door going to the basement stairs. Doesn't make a lot of sense that there would be an open area from the foyer to the basement stairs since the basement is unfinished. I, 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 I'm probably confusing you all. Anyway, we're going to edit this wall and bring it up to this same height as this one, the the 12-foot-1 ceiling area. So I'm going to go back to my section view and we'll select this one and we're just going to go edit profile. and I want it to be up along this line. So let's see, I can pick the edge of that. And I can join those together here like this. Okay. And then I want a line coming out from here. I'm just going to bring it out a little ways, and then I'll fillet those two together. Okay. And so that brought that wall all the way up. So let's go back to 3D view. Okay, so that's looking good. And then we'll put our stair in and just see how this little area right here is going to work. I'm going to hide these temporarily so I can oh, kind of see a little better in here. It just, I don't know, we're going to have to put the stairs in to see how it works. So let me pause the video and get the stairway ready, and then we'll come back up.